Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with another build video for the My Little Pony LP update, and we are back with part 3, the final part of Twilight Sparkle's treehouse, quote-unquote treehouse. So yeah, this is actually the last part and the last build. We are officially done in about almost 17 minutes. So, and then we will be jumping back into recording. So I have not actually started recording yet as I'm dubbing these, but I'm kind of excited to get back in and see how it goes, because, you know, I spent a lot of time on these builds. Obviously, you guys have been with me watching them, so you know that they're sped up. So yeah, obviously the amount of time you spent watching, I spend a lot more time doing the build and planning and, you know, doing all of that. So it's been a long road to getting this back up and going, but I'm excited that hopefully it kind of refreshes it for me, so, you know, it's not as difficult to record, because I was having, I mean, that's why I decided to do this, to freshen it up, because for some reason, you know, I made it one cycle through, and I started on my second, you know, cycle through the girls, and I was like, you know what, this is just, it's killing me, like, I'm not enjoying this anymore, and it's just, every time I had to go in to record it, I was like, ugh, and I don't want that to be that way, because if I'm not having fun recording it, it's not going to be good for you guys to watch it, you know, and you know, I spent a lot of time making the original Ponyville and making each one of the girls, that it was like, you know, I don't want to just quit and be done with it. Like, I've had other things that I've started, other games that I've started where, like, I might record an LP or two of it, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, this isn't working, and there's something wrong with it, and I just never follow through with it or upload it. But for something that I was really excited about, that I uploaded and I started, and then just got really awful for me so fast, you know, it's difficult. So I didn't want to quit, so that's why I decided to do the update, and hoping that this works a little bit better, because, you know, if I was managing the house with all 6 of them all at the same time, maybe that's one thing, but I started it off, you know, wanting to do it, you know, rotational, and I think it just got a little difficult, because you are still, you know, worried about all these other Sims that are on the lot, and this way we can focus on whoever's house we're in, just them and anybody else that they're there with. You know, Applejack, we're gonna be focused on her, and Granny Smith, and Big Mac and Apple Bloom and everything, and it's like, you know, we get all of them and their gardening and all of the things that they're doing, and then we don't have to worry about any of the other girls. We don't have to worry about, like, oh, I gotta make sure that, you know, Twilight's doing stuff for work, or so-and-so's doing this, or, you know, oh, constantly making sure Applejack is gardening. Hopefully her garden doesn't die while we're off cycle and not playing, you know, with her and her family. So that's going to be interesting to find out, because I've never actually done a rotational play before. I always play with a single house, so this is new for me, going in between houses and everything. But I think it'll work really good with this one, because aging is off. You know, I'm not auto-aging anybody that's not played. We're keeping all of that off for this one, so we don't have to worry about people having birthdays and stuff like that. And, you know, if something happens, we'll just cheat it back. We'll fix it. I'm just kind of hoping it doesn't. I thought they patched it a while ago that, you know, it doesn't automatically give Sims that are your active houses jobs, but we'll find out. If it starts giving, like, Rarity or Pinkie Pie a job, we'll either keep having them quit their jobs, which you'll hear me complaining about that, I'm sure, or we'll just, you know, whatever, we'll have them keep their jobs and just let them go to it, and in between working at their shops and whatnot. So, you know, we'll work around whatever happens, and we'll figure it out, because, you know, it's going to be interesting, because, like I said, I've never done the rotational, so yeah, it'll be good. And I'm a little more excited to get back into playing, because it's been so long, and it'll be kind of fun to, like, explore these different houses and everything like that, and be able, I think, to legitimately focus on one or the other of the Sims, and not, okay, still have to focus on everybody. So It's gonna be an experience, because, you know. But yeah, so these videos, I kind of do, you know, I was just kind of putting them out slowly, just to catch up so that I would have enough time to do the builds, you know, and everything. This is, I think by the time I post this one, I'll probably already recorded a couple of the other parts, and it'll be probably about a week lag between when I filmed and dubbed this one and when it actually gets uploaded or whatnot. So yeah, but it's also because if you've watched any of the other LPs, I've probably mentioned it. You know, for the upcoming, which actually by the time this posts, it's almost the holiday weekend. And it might actually be the holiday weekend because this is part 3, and I think I kind of scheduled the My Little Pony ones out for the builds. So it's probably the holiday weekend. I'm not doing any recording over the holiday weekend, so everything I'm doing the weekend before. So I am a week behind you guys right now. You're in the future as I'm talking. I'm watching this. Just because I have plans for the holiday weekend, so I wanted to make sure that we get everything done and you guys have stuff to watch. And I have videos to upload, and I'm not taking too much time off. Also, don't know, you know, during the week, sometimes I have time to record stuff, sometimes I don't. So I didn't want it to be like, oh, I can record stuff during the week. You know, so I bulk recorded over the prior weekend, which is actually right now as I'm dubbing this, to get everything uploaded and ready so you guys have stuff. So yeah, everything has been pre-recorded for like the past week, and will actually probably be pre-recorded for the coming week. So like this one, I have the schedule. This is probably Friday right now if I kept up with my schedule, Friday or Saturday depending, of the holiday weekend. And that's kind of, you know, everything else coming out after this during this upcoming week is probably already been recorded as well. So, you know, just to make sure that there are videos going up for you guys, because, you know, I want you guys to have stuff, and you're used to me uploading several videos at least a day, and I want to keep up with that. And I know there's going to be times where I obviously can't, but I knew that this weekend was coming. I knew I was taking some time off. I will be home, but I won't have time to record. So I wanted to make sure you guys had stuff. So I was like, sit down all weekend, record. That's why also too, there've only been a couple of videos going up a day, maybe not. Like sometimes if I get a ton of recording done over a weekend, then you get a week filled with tons of videos, 3, 4, 5 a day, whatever. But I've been kind of trying to space them out so that I have enough to cover, so that we're not skipping days, basically. So you'll notice weird cycles of things, and there might not be as many going up a day as normal. I'm trying to get at least 2 to 3. I have the plan to at least be able to fit 2 a day, and then for days where we're doing like these speed builds, trying to get an extra, so the speed build would be like an extra. But yeah, so also keeping Fridays and Saturdays builds. But yeah, I'm gonna be telling you all about this schedule and everything probably in my Q&A for the 1,000 subscribers, so you've probably heard this spiel like 15 times before, so I'm gonna stop rambling about that. We'll go over that in like a Q&A or an update video or something, and I should be talking about the build and the My Little Pony LP. But yeah, you saw the kitchen. I like redid it, so I was like, first when I was like talking through it, I'm like, doesn't matter if I'm talking through the kitchen because I'm gonna redo it. But yeah, because I did it kind of more modern, and then I was like, yeah, this just isn't working for me. It just doesn't feel like Twilight. So I made it a little more old-fashioned, the old world kind of counters, like the slightly fancier counters, because it kind of just goes with, you know, this library kind of thing. And I don't know, I thought of this after the fact. Like I was lining up the bookshelves, and then I'm like, oh, I want to put them on top and make it look like floor-to-ceiling books. I'm like, holy crap. I don't know why I've never done that before. Because like all of a sudden I did it, and I'm like, that's awesome, why didn't I do this? And then I was like going to change the wall color and deleted all my bookcases. I think it actually does when I delete like the bookcases again. And then I also kind of thought, that's why I'm putting all these shelves around, like Twilight Sparkle, and I'm like, hi, there's all these little like all the little fossils and the gems and everything, and I'm not gonna make her go out and collect them. I'm like, I'm gonna slap them all up all over the place and look like she's got this collection of like stuff and like all the elements and things, you know, that you can collect. Disappointed that the fossils won't sit on a shelf. Kind of annoying, but you know, so she doesn't have as many fossils as I really wanted, because I'm like, I'm not gonna put like tables everywhere. Like filling up wall space with shelves is like one thing, but filling up like, you know, tables upon tables where we don't have a lot of floor space is like completely different. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could have built a fossil room, but whatever. I kind of just wanted it to like add a little bit of clutter and decor and kind of a little more Twilight Sparkle-ish, you know? I totally could have used some of the, I have a ton of book decor to throw around, but at the same time, she's got like 5,000 bookshelves. We don't need any book decor. So, yeah, and I mean, obviously, as we go through and play the LP, I might add more things, depending on, like, oh, she needs this, and we might, like I said, build, I think I said it in the prior part, or in the build part, I'm not sure, I said it in one of them, where, you know, because she's working as a scientist, she might get, like, all the little things she has to build at work. We might end up building, and, like, some of the other scientific equipment that she's not going to get at work, but we could probably buy anyway, or whatnot. We could totally, like, build, like, a sub-basement that's, like, her little, like, science lab, and, like, fill that stuff up, you know? So we could just build, like, a little staircase, a little secret room. You'll see when it comes up where I start building Spike's room, we could kind of build a staircase there, and then, like, have it go down to a sub-basement area that's, like, her little lab and whatnot. So, I mean, we have plenty of room to expand, sort of. We can make, like, secret hallways and stuff. This is what I was talking about, I think, in the last video, when I was like, everything was off-colored. All of these rugs were all blue, and I was like, and I didn't realize I was building at night down here. I thought it was like the lighting, something was wrong, and I think it might be because technically most of this isn't under a house. It's like, you know, yeah, everything was coming out blue and it was driving me crazy. And when I actually realized, like, okay, I'm building at night down here, and I made it daytime, it actually looked fine. I thought, why? I couldn't figure out, like, is it a problem with the couch? Is it a problem with something? Like, why is everything so blue? But yeah, I think it's just because there's technically no, even though you're building a room, it doesn't give it a ceiling in the basement. It's expecting that you have a room above it. But I don't have a room above it because I don't want my basement to be, so you can see, like, the light coming through the floor down here, like, when I change it to daytime, like, it's so bizarre because it doesn't give it a ceiling, and it's like, how, and, like, you can delete floor, but you can't, like, add ceiling. Like, I don't want to have to, like, make a room above it, but that's kind of the only way you can have it treated like an actual full room and not have it be funky colored at nighttime, which is just, no, it just drove me crazy. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's underground, for God's sake, Sims. Get over it. But yeah. So I figured at least that out, but it's still aggravating. It's why you can't put a sauna in a basement unless there's a room above it. Note to everybody. Found that out the hard way. I was like, well, this is stupid. Needs to be in, can't be outside. It's not outside, but this is considered outside because there's no room above it. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, this is a little area where I'm building Spike's bedroom. Like, I put it there, and I was like, he's gonna have a tiny little bit. I don't want him to have, like, the smallest bedroom known to man. Like, I don't want him living in a closet. So I kind of moved it. I dragged the walls out one, and then I moved it over here. And put the bookshelf over here, and then kind of built it around the funky bathroom shape. So yeah, it deleted, you know, my bookshelves. So I kind of put everything back and then built his room over here. Around this. So he's got, like, a funky shaped bedroom, and I kind of, like, cut out that area of his room where the bookshelves are sticking through, because I'm like, I don't want his room to have bookshelves sticking through, because, like, I obviously was an afterthought because I completely forgot that he lived with Twilight until I went to move her into her lot to prepare for recording the LP, and then I was like, oh, oops. Oh well. So yeah, this is Spike's little dragon cave. So yeah, just throwing the final touches in there, and I kind of used a lot of little like sci-fi kind of things. You know, I don't really know Spike very well. I mean, obviously I know from the cartoon and everything like that, but I don't know who he is as a sim because, you know, we haven't played with him, and I forget the personality I gave to him because I was like, I just kind of made him really quick to put in the town. Same with the princesses. I didn't really spend too much time on them, so they might need some adjustment down the road. Maybe we'll have to fix them up. I don't know. Or I might just leave them the way they are because they're filler characters, just like some of the other ones. But, you know, our Spike, of course, isn't. But yeah, so I kind of did the sci-fi kind of decor in here. Just kind of felt like that'd be kind of good for him, you know. Work. He lives in Twilight. She's a scientist. You know, she's got her observatory and a rocket ship. I don't know. But yeah. And just adding some deco walls, and then I throw up some painting or pictures and stuff like that in there, just to, so he's got his own little space and his own little desk and everything, because I think he's actually a teenager. I'm not sure, but anyway. So that is pretty much it for this build. So this is it for all the builds, guys. Next video will actually be back into gameplay. Woo! I know you're all excited. So I will wrap this up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.